Well, hello, folks. Pastor Rocky Branch. Hope you're doing great today. It's early morning, day 264. And as we go forward, we got a church full of folks that should still be sleeping right now, for sure. But in a little while, if the Lord tarries is coming, I'll be down there feeding breakfast as we have done for many, many days in a row. So we're blessed and we're very grateful for those things. You know, Jesus said in John chapter 10, he said, I am the door. And it's interesting when you think about that because the challenges that we face are so important to understand that doorways are entryways, exitways, thoroughfares. They are opening opportunities, closing opportunities. Doors can do a lot of stuff. And when you think about those, you have various types of doors. You have front doors, back doors, side building doors. What do we used to have? Cellar doors, dog doors in the door, bathroom doors. We have Colosseum, large doors. I mean, just doors of all kind. But Jesus said, I am the door. I'm not a door like any other door. I am the door. We have a door that I'm looking at right over here. That is a cut glass door. It's probably worth about $2,500 thereabouts. We bought it for $25. We were at a restore in Charlotte, and when we were living there and buying stuff for this house, we saw this door, and it was interesting because each little panel of glass in it is different. And we were looking at this thing. It's got lead in it and all kind, or lead whatever you do with the stained glass, but this is cut glass. And so there was a guy there, and I said, "How much do you want for this door?" He said, "Oh, I think $25. Well, naturally, we snatched it up. So we're checking out, and the lady said, where's your tag for the door? Well, he gave her the tag for the door, and she looked at it, and she said, did the man tell you $25? I said, yes, ma'am. He gave me this card. Oh, she said, that's wrong. She called him up front, and she said, that door's worth a whole lot more than $25. And he said, well, I just priced it like the other doors. She said, well, it's not like the other doors. And he said, well, I see that now. And I said to the lady, I said, well, listen, I don't want to get him in trouble. And, we haven't bought the door yet. So you can keep the door or raise the price, whatever you want to do. No, she said, no. You were quoted a price. I have to sell it to you for that price. I said, ma'am, I don't want the door if it's not, if it's the wrong thing to do. And she said, no, we gave you a price. And if that price is wrong, that's on us. But you can pay what the man told you. And the poor old fellow looked bewildered. And I said, ma'am, I don't want to get him in trouble. She said, he's not in trouble. We'll talk to him. And so I went back and forth. I tried my best to give this door back to these folks, and they wouldn't have it. They said, no, we gave you a price, and that's the way it is. So we got out to Janice's. In those days, she had an Xterra, a yellow Xterra that I bought her brand new in Florida. Well, this door wouldn't go in that Xterra, and we couldn't put it on top. So we got it in the back, and I had to sit way up on the steering wheel like this right here, way up on the steering wheel. And we had about 20 miles to go through Charlotte. And she's laughing, and we got this door, and it's all the way up at the front of the vehicle. I mean, it's crazy. But we got it home, and we got it to bring it up here, actually, when we bought the house. So I got the door. I'm looking at it right now. That's a great door. Great price. That's not the door we're after. Jesus is the door. All the doors that you know of, all the doors you've had opened, all the doors you've had closed, that's a cliche that people use about their job, about their future. They say, well, I had a door closed. or I had a door open. Or they'll say, Lord, will you open the door? Or will you give me, another chance to go through another door? This door wasn't where I was supposed to go. I need another door. Well, Jesus says, verily I say unto you, he that cometh not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbs up some other way, is the same as a thief and a robber. Jesus said, I am the door. And that's the important part for us to understand. Jesus Christ is the door to enter into the sheepfold. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And regardless of how you have dealt with things in your past, what you're doing with things in your present, what you hope to deal with things in your future are all important, but not as important as the entryway to what God has for you. How am I going to find what God has for me? I've got to go through the door. The door is Jesus Christ. There is nothing else. It is Christ and Christ alone. Please let that resonate in your spirit, if you will, because so many people. Let me grab it right here. It just hit my spirit here. Galatians. So many people start out pretty good. They do. They start out pretty good, and then all of a sudden, for some strange reason, they just figure that they know enough now that they can take care of their own stuff. Well, Galatians says it this way. Paul asked this question in chapter 3, verse 2. He said, this only would I ask of you or learn of you. Did you receive the Spirit by the works of the law or by the hearing of faith? Well, we know that we heard by faith and received the Spirit, right? Listen to what he says. Are you so foolish, having begun in the Spirit, that now you're made perfect or complete in the flesh? No. I am called by the Spirit. I am led by the Spirit. I'm open. The door's been opened by the Spirit. I'm to go in Spirit-led. I'm to be of the Spirit. It's not valuable for you or me to think that we have grown up enough or we're old enough in the faith or we got enough skin in the game that we can start making our own decisions, because that's not beneficial for anybody. It's only trouble for everybody, not only you and the people you're around. So, Jesus is the door. Go in his house and follow his directions, and he will bless you for it. God bless you.